fishing?
Hey, Mercedes Mike here. It is Tuesday the 27th, and I have barely gone anywhere today. I stayed the night in Aurora, which is basically Denver, and worked most of the day. I started a little later, so I ended up working a little later. And then I met an old Navy and work buddy for a couple of hours. I haven't seen him in a bunch of years. It's kind of nice. As an aside, you may have noticed that I am bouncing around in this car a lot more than usual. I think part of that is attributed to the roads here, but yesterday when I had all four tires off and they were balancing them and we were doing that tap dance, I got a close look. I like to take a peek at the brakes and make sure everything's kosher. Everything is not kosher. It was only last year, right about this time last year, that I put on these new rear struts. So that's springs and struts, or springs and cartridges, the drill. Struts, the whole strut, brand new. They're both blown out. They're both leaking oil. I mean, the back of this thing bounces around like crazy, and I really just thought it was because of the lift, because they used strut spacers in the rear, and it kind of goofs with the suspension geometry. They've done what they could do to align it and fix the camber, but it's it's not the way Mercedes intended it. Let's just say that. So I guess I had assumed that was just the way it was, because it's really been pretty rough ride, pretty crazy bouncy ride ever since I put the lift on it. And I mean, the front shocks have been blown out for a long time. Tried different lengths, tried different dampening, because the factory shocks don't work with this much lift. Yeah, see. So there's more work to be done in that arena. I'm hoping to call someone down the road and see if they can order some parts, and maybe we can swap some stuff around mid-trip. It would make for a fun video anyway. Other than the suspension just being worn out, the car's doing great. I mean, it starts right up. I had the BAS light on earlier today for a couple minutes, and then it went out again because it's apparently trying to tell me something. I don't know. Still haven't scanned it. Probably won't today. Once I arrive at my friend's house, I'll likely just kick back for the evening. Probably spend some time uploading these videos to my friend Andrew. Alright, I'm unleashing the power. Here we go. That's pathetic. $6,000, no power. Not no power, but underwhelming power. Okay. I'm on a straight line again. Years ago, when I was dating my wife Terry, she lived in Fort Collins, and I would fly into Denver and rent some crazy car and zip down this tollway. And gosh, it saved so much time. This road was brand new, newly paved. I mean, it was so new that almost no one was using it, and I would drive fast on it. Very fast. And that's another fun story from my past. I don't recommend driving a rental car at a high rate of speed, ever. I had rented a car from, I'll leave the rental agency unnamed, but from the airport. It was a Nissan Maxima SE or something, or SR, I don't know. It was for a rental car. It was pretty fast. And I proceeded to zip down this thing and, you know, fast. And I went really fast down this tollway. You know, mostly because there was nobody else on it. I don't think I passed another car, maybe one car, nearly no one. And it was newly paved. I mean, it was a glorious road. Again, this is 12 years ago-ish, something like that. But up here, I would merge onto the I-25 and back it off, you know. It's like, all right, can't go that fast out here. Number one, there's cars. Number two, you know, you get in trouble, big trouble, especially at the speeds I was going. So, you know, I took it easy. Well, it's probably, I don't know, about Loveland. Phone rings. It's the rental company asking me very nicely to not travel in their vehicle at those speeds. And, you know, naturally being the smart mouth that I am, I was like, well, I'm only going 75. The speed limit's 75. Yeah. Now we're talking about 15 minutes ago. And they proceeded to tell me exactly how fast I was going and exactly how long I was doing it for. I mean, I thought it was funny that with the cruise control on over a certain speed, when you hit the accelerate on the cruise control, it would honk the horn. I found that amusing. And it just really encouraged me to continue the speed. But yeah, needless to say, I learned about rental car companies tracking their more expensive vehicles, and by tracking, I don't just mean location. So, you know, they asked me nicely. I complied. I didn't get in any trouble for it. I actually kind of expected them to prevent me from renting their cars again. They didn't. They let it go. So, thanks, guys. I'm still not going to mention the name. But, yeah, not a lot of content today, guys. I mean, probably going about, you know, 50 or 60 total miles today. Today's more about reconnecting with old friends than putting miles down. I don't know. The more I think about it, the more I do math, the more I'm going to have to formulate my apology to you OSO guys. I don't think it's going to happen. It just seems like in order to make OSO this year, I'm going to have to turbo this whole run and not enjoy it. And I think I'm just going to have to let that go. As much as I don't want to, I'm going to have to let it go. Not ruling it out, but it just doesn't seem realistic at this point. You know, I'm hitting these cities where I have 2 or 3 people to visit, you know, and I'm not going to spend 10 minutes with someone I haven't seen in 20 years. Just not going to do it. So, you know, in the end, I'm having to choose between my commitment to go to that gambler run or spending time with people I haven't seen in a long time. I don't like letting people down. Some of you know that about me. Just like to do what I say I'm going to do, and you know, I know what you're going to say, Dustin. Don't even start about my hair. My hair was extremely long recently. I thought of starting this YouTube channel with hair that doesn't match my personality. Had to let that go too. Anyway, well, I feel like I'm just babbling. Not a lot of miles today. Not a lot of ground covered, but for good reasons, I think. It's important to touch base with your friends and your family. And that's half of what this road trip is about for me. So, Gonna go ahead and sign off. See you guys out on the road.